Just take a seat, 'cause I'm taking that crown. Oh, I didn't know an intro was needed. I'm Phoenix, the shining star of the London drag scene. I've been called a prodigy many times. Not my words, baby, not my words.
Phoenix settles down at the nearest seat and admires the workroom. Before he can tell production to bring in the next queen, heavy footfalls are heard approaching.
I'm just here to water your heightsy, don't do hellos. I'm the edgy alternative queen of the Yorkshire moors. My drag is very heavy, pulsing with raw nerve that these other queens just don't get.
Heathcliff nods. Phoenix welcomes him and says he digs the aesthetic. Heathcliff, surprised, asks if he's serious, and Phoenix says, yeah.
Phoenix is a very well-known mainstream queen from London, so I was pretty much gagged to find he digs my look. I came into this competition thinking I'd be fighting and causing drama every week. But if this is what all the other queens are like, I might put the bat away, for now.
Hello, this is the part where I take the crown?
Oh, a ball. On second thought, maybe the bat will be handy.
Hello, Drag Race fans. That's right, your favorite talking ball is finally on Drag Race and I'm ready to take over this workroom. I'm quite excited to meet the queens here. They both look fierce.
The queens welcome Wheatley with slight consternation. Wheatley introduces himself as an AI system and that he exists to take drag to the next level.
Baby, if that's the future of drag, just shoot me now.
The queens discuss what future of drag means as a new player approaches.
The refined gentleman of the railways arrives just on time to snatch the crown. Good day to you, fine audience. I'm Sir Topham Hatt. I'm rather more known around the industrial circles. But I've been doing drag for a very long time behind the scenes as well. I've even considered quitting my 6-digit salary job at some point or another to pursue drag full-time. It seems I am the only elder queen here. Must I mind these children as I compete for the crown?
The queens welcome Hatt warmly, and he thanks them. Wheatley asks him how long he's been doing drag. He replies he's been sneaking it into his schedule as a railway station manager for over 20 years. The queens gag. Phoenix says that clearly. He's been sneaking it in if his entrance look is any indicator.
Did that little boy just try to come for me this early in the season? Tut. We've GOT to teach these new queens some manners, I swear.
Wheatley tells Hatt to ignore Phoenix, and they move to their own table. Production tells them to prepare for the next queen.
This Phoenix is reaching for the stars.
Girl, prison honey.
My name's Aster Phoenix, and I'm San Francisco's rising star bringing you the opulence and excellence from across the pond.
The queens welcome Aster and tell him his drag is giving big money.
My entrance look is the least of these queens' worries. My runways will be some of the most sickening across any franchise. I may design beasts and all sorts of monsters in my day job. But in the world of drag, my designs are pure professional. Opulence. Why? Maximilian Pegasus, the host of Drag Race Toon World, told me I was a drag superstar at a local pageant. These hoes are not ready for Aster Phoenix.
The look is tea, all right. Aster is definitely someone I want on my team. I might need to ask him to use his full name during this competition, though.
Phoenix tells Heathcliff and Aster they should form an alliance. They both agree and ask Phoenix what they should call themselves. Phoenix says they'll be the Beatles because they beat their mugs 24/7 and that they will beat these other queens to be the top 3 of the season.
Oh, I love this idea. I can't stand cheap. Boring queens, and I'm glad to be surrounded by others who serve just about the same amount of cunt. That I do.
Heathcliff says he's surprised he's being invited into a clique and is about to explain why when production tells them to get ready for the next queen.
Oh, you're queens, all right. Just not a super queen.
Who says I'm not a super queen? Girl, look how blue you look, girl.
Greetings, UK. This is your new overlord, initiating the alien actress takeover. I'm taking the fight for the crown across the pond, and by the looks of the recent US cast, it appears I dodged a bullet. That group of queens is cutthroat, but this little cast poses just the right amount of challenge for me to prevail.
The queens welcome Megamind. Heathcliff asks if he's also an edgy queen. Megamind says that he views his drag as giving alien overlord with a hint of leather dominatrix. Aster says the look suits him. Megamind thanks him, but warns flattery won't save them from the alien actress taking over.
Alien actress is Rita Baga the guest judge.
Megamind is one to look out for. We both have grand concepts of drag. but I like to think mine is more solid, while his is a bit more built on delusion.
Time to get this drag show on the road.
Oh, it's Bendy. He's a classic sight in the dance and theatre scene.
How's it going, UK? It's Bendy. I think of myself as one of the forgotten, underrated stars of the rubber hose era that birthed icons like Mickey Mouse and Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Who is currently competing in Cartoon Drag Race Philippines? Much power to you, sister. Queens like us were left to collect dust in the attic after Mickey made his big break and monopolized the genre. That's why joining Drag Race UK is an important step for me out of his huge corporate shadow.
The queens welcome Bendy, and Bendy cheerfully greets back.
Bendy's anachronistic drag is a charming addition to our lineup. We can't all be cutting edgy fashion queens.
I think I'm gonna like this group a lot. There's a whole world of drag in this workroom.
I'm just here to make these bitches eat it.
Now that is a statement.
What's popping a K? Let me hear you scream. I'm here all the way from the Cookie Kingdom. I may be young, but this cookie-cutting queen is bopping and bashing her way to the top.
Roll Cake walks in with that big-ass hammer, and I'm just up here ducking and dodging. Don't you hit me, whore.
The queens welcome Roll Cake Cookie as Phoenix gives him the up and down and says he looks sickening. Roll Cake thanks him and says his drag is looking fierce as well. The two chatter much until a new queen walks into the workroom.
Moo Moo Milk, it does a body good, girl.
Well, it's about time the trade got here.
From a simple farm boy in Galar with aspirations of drag superstardom. I'm the gym leader of Turfield in Galar. I'm here to show these city queens what I'm capable of.
The queens warmly welcome Milo, who proceeds to give everyone a personal hug one by one.
Well now, you're a lot to love. I'm wondering if production is missing a pit crew member because those shoulders make Nina West look petite.
The queens turn as the room falls silent, and a strange queen glides silently into the workroom.
Why you all gagging? Good messieurs, yes, you are correct. They have brought me from across the sea to the seat of Drag's stunning throne, the Phantom of the Opera. After several attempts to audition for France, I have decided to redirect my efforts across the channel, and it seems my efforts are well spent this time. I'll deal with Miss Piggy after this season. I jest, of course.
The queens marvel at the Phantom's polished look, and Megamind says he will be the one to beat on the runways. The Phantom thanks Megamind and says if it's a dark-themed ball, the two of them will be the ones to look out for.
Really, I'm retired from the opera after the chandelier incident and falling out with my drag daughter. I've been living in the East End, making a new life for myself ever since.
Oh my God. The Phantom is an OG villain queen, and he just put the two of us on the same level. I think I might faint.
Open your windows, open your doors. The drag revolution is here.
Get the fuck out. Get out. That's motherfucking Spider-Punk in the building. Mama. And while he's not a look queen, he's definitely one of the drag activists.
I don't believe in entrance speeches, but let me fill you in on the gin. I'm the punk-rocking dragtivist of the Revolution, and we are about to be televised.
The queens are stunned to see one of the biggest names in the underground walk amongst them. Phoenix is shaking and waving his hands to get Spider-Punk's attention. He nods and moves to settle with Sir Hat and Wheatley.
I don't think I made a good first impression on him.
I don't want to conform to the expectation that I would settle with the young and restless crowd. Actually, Sir Hat was a mentor and inspiration way back for me, and Wheatley intrigues me greatly. I am far more interested in these queens than that quartet opposing, fawning twinks in the corner.
Honestly, the others are screaming at this guitar-toning hobo like he's RuPaul herself. As if they have the fashion and cutting-edge taste it takes to win a competition like this. If that's supposed to be one of the UK's strongest contenders, then mama, I'm not gagging. Okay, maybe I am from like, the smell. It's like, bitch, have you not bathed since Stonewall?
The queens all wonder if all queens have walked in. Spider-Punk says he doesn't believe all contenders for the crown have walked in, pointing ominously at the entrance.
Hello.
Hello, it's Mr. Bean. He's an infamous sight, that bloke, a real oddity of the scene, yet an undeniable veteran of UK drag.
Oh, Lord. We're walking children in nature with this one.
He's a bad seed on this earth.
Analysis gagged.
Hello, my name is Mr. Bean with an EAN.
The Queens clamour and cheer as Mr. Bean walks in.
Mr. Bean is the kindest queen you will ever meet. He helped me out when I was new on the UK scene, and we still do shows together. When he walked in, it was like seeing one of my family walk in. I am excited to compete with him.
The 12 queens gather and discuss who they think could be the host. Mr. Bean says with him and Hat both competing, there is only one queen with the age, range and portfolio to be the host of Cartoon Drag Race UK. But before he could name the queen, the host himself walks in. Hello, 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 my glorious queens.
Kagamine Len walks through that motherfucking door, and wait, that's not Kagamine Len?
The winner of Cartoon Drag Race UK will receive a sickening supply of tricolour cosmetics and a cash prize of £50,000. With extra special guest judge, Tracer, from the Overwatch Operatives. The Queens cheer as Arthur Kirkland is revealed to be the host of the franchise. Once upon a time, there was a little boy in the Tintagen projects of Cornwall. At 15, he was spotted by a time-travelling drag wizard, and his long career of modelling took off. After working the scrollways of Tumblr and beyond, he has continued to expand the empire of UK drag beyond what has ever been seen before. And now, the 12 of you have the chance to make your own dreams come true. Welcome to the first season of Cartoon Drag Race UK. Historically, the UK was the first international franchise of Drag Race, but in our world, it appears we're running. A bit behind schedule, but worry not, my queens, because we always win the war in the end. Now, my queens, we must get started right away. For your first ever challenge, let's take it to the runway and show the world how we UK girls roll. Category is Hometown. Now good luck, and you bloody well better not fuck it up. The queens settle down to work on their runways. They chat about their hometowns. Sir Hat tells Spiderpunk that he is very excited to represent Cumbria with his runway. Spiderpunk nods and says that his runway package is sometimes a love letter to London and sometimes a middle finger to it too. He says the outfit is amazing.
I need to show these queens that I am not chopped liver. This queen's still got tricks.
I don't believe in legacy or reputation, but I'm feeling confident about this runway because I feel no other queen represents London quite as much as I do.
Mr. Bean and Bendy join them and compare runways. Bendy and Bean compliment Hat's refined runway as Hat returns the compliment by praising Bean's eclectic look and Bendy's nostalgic rubber hose eleganza. Spiderpunk thinks their drag is very anti-establishment and that he is living for it.
I live for Rebel Couture, and I don't hold Sir Hat's established runway against him. He's a very humble and kind queen.
Nearby, Milo and Wheatley are chatting as well. Milo lovingly unwraps his homemade drag that he says he knitted himself. Wheatley says his futuristic package will give him a similar edge. Milo thinks both of their looks are sickening and asks their opinion of his. Wheatley says they're lovely.
My style of drag is very homey and down-to-earth. I knitted and crocheted all my runways, and I can't wait to show the judges just how versatile my collection can be.
I love Milo. He's part of my new friend group here in this competition. But as a sister, I must say that that lot of baggage looks like the yassified version of a bunch of Christmas sweaters. Analysis, not stunning.
At the other side of the workroom, Phoenix, Heathcliff, Asta and Rollcake are chatting and checking out each other's drag. Phoenix invites Rollcake to join the Beatles, and Rollcake says he's happy to be a part of a beating. Across them, Megamind and Phantom discuss their runways. Phantom asks if any of them sew their own outfits. Megamind proudly says that he sews his own outfits when possible. The Phantom declares that he is a seamstress and all of his runways this season were handmade. He pulls out his hometown outfit and they gag.
Hopefully this gets the message across to those young queens. Know how to sew. I learned from the rats in the sewers. There's literally no excuse for any of them.
I'm not the best at sewing, but I am feeling confident and proud of my runway.
Phoenix asks Heathcliff about his runway, and Heathcliff replies with a sigh. They prod. Heathcliff says there's a lot to unpack with his hometown, and his runway will communicate that on the main stage. The queens nod and applaud the outfit. Phantom says it's a good move to channel the hurt into the art of drag. and Heathcliff is quite astute to apply this into his drag for his young age.
I don't usually like airing my dirty linen, but I'll come clean. I don't have many happy memories of my hometown. I was an outcast and I experienced a lot of abuse back home. It's what fuels my edgy avant-garde drag today.
If he's smart, he'll keep feeding that sentiment into his art. I too do not have too happy a hometown in Rouen, France.
Phantom says that they are both rather unwelcome in their hometowns and tells Heathcliff to keep doing what he does as it is working. Phoenix steers the topic away from the trauma and tells them about his runway package, which he had custom made, from the best designers in the UK. The Queens gag collectively, saying this will be the package to beat this season.
They've all had their little moments, but now I think it's time to let these bitches know who's gonna own it on the runway. Clock that Earl Grey, mama.
Asta slayed the challenge.
I am serving you an adequate helping of elegance that can't be bought. Drag like this comes from destiny itself. Darling.
Mr. Bean, Milo, Bendy, Spider-Punk, The Phantom and Megamind had a great performance.
I knew Arthur Kirkland would gag over my runway. Self-made beats designer, every time, children.
Thank you, Mr. Kirkland and judges, for your kind words towards my runway. It's a very special number for my baby drag years I've come to call the Miss Wicket.
Arthur was gagging for my home-knitted couture. I couldn't tell whether it gagged him in a good way or a bad way. Perhaps I should study the words for the lip sync just to be safe.
I've been told my style was old many times, but one does not simply abandon the rubber hose. I'm glad others feel my style still has merit in the age of mannequin queens.
I can tell those judges were gagging more than the coppers. During my last performance at Pride in London, I don't believe in shock value unless it sends a message.
I am serving you Planet Bad Bitch Urania, the house down with my runway. I can tell I teleported the judges to Mars with this look tonight.
Heathcliff, Wheatley, Sir Topham Hatt, Roll Cake Cookie and Phoenix had a good performance.
I did better than I thought. I'll just have to hope for the best of the judges' critique.
Oh me, oh my, I think the judges were living for my runway. I hope I've made a good first impression to them for this season.
Okay, so my runway was not so smashing this week, but that's just the amuse-bouche. Expect more servings of this cake all season.
I could tell the judges were absolutely eating up my runway. I felt like motherfucking Naomi Campbell on that runway. That runway was more sickening than a Drag Delusion super spreader event, and my tuck is burning up, mama. I set my oats on fire and I can tell the judges are hungry for more.
My runway was good, but I feel I could do a bit better next time.
Welcome all to the premiere episode of Cartoon Drag Race UK. I'm your dashing host, Arthur Kirkland, the Kingdom's crown jewel of drag. Tonight, we are joined by our esteemed panel of judges. Please welcome the crybaby darling of Cartoon Drag Race Season 3 and All Stars 3. It's Peppa Pig. How did our queens fare tonight?
Oh, Mr. Kirkland, it brings tears to my eyes.
Haha, splendid. And it is truly an honour to be part of the judging panel for Cartoon Drag Race UK with our shining star, the winner of Cartoon Drag Race Season 6, the one and only Queen of Hearts. How's the heads?
Rolling off the chopping block, Artie dear, but I haven't had any complaints from them yet.
And our first ever guest judge of the series, please welcome the only and only Tracer.
Cheers, love. It's great to be here. I can't wait to see them teabags walk out.
Tonight, for our main challenge, we challenge the queens to showcase their hometowns on the runway. Let's see if they did justice. When I call your names, please step forward. Roll Cake Cookie, Asta, Spider-Punk, Bendy, Wheatley, and Sir Topham Hatt. You represent the tops and bottoms of the week, which means the rest of you are safe. You may step to the back of the stage.
Safe? You're just letting me simmer for now. I see what we're doing.
I'll take a safe placement over the bottom any day. I'm sure some of these children are mad they're not getting any critiques, but I'm not an ungrateful brat.
The 6 of you are now in for the judges' critiques. Starting with Roll Cake Cookie. My dear, I can't help but feel that your hometown runway is giving more of a home continent. There's a lot going on, and the queen that you are just gets lost in the sauce.
I think it's a great look nonetheless, but it needs to be edited down a bit.
Now for Wheatley. I can't say I had the best expectations for you given that you're a floating ball, but your hometown runway clocked at lot 404. The address could not be found.
I'd say offer their heads, but you're a talking head already. Still, I'll find a way. Until then, you'd better get your head in the game and put a little more focus on your drag to make sure it mat. Chess with the image you had in that mind of yours.
Bendy, your rubber hose couture, while dated, is a sickening first showing nonetheless.
You're showing us not to underestimate the queens of yore.
Asta, your runway tonight is perhaps the most stunning of the franchise so far, and I hope you can keep this momentum up. That look with the dark, cloaked opulence really communicates your privileged yet carefully honed origins as a drag queen. Well done tonight, Sir Hat. Your presence tonight is truly an honor, but your runway left us waiting in the head house. I had expected more of a queen of your caliber. Now, we have finished our deliberations and have come to a final decision. Asta, your dark origin runway gave us some much exhilarating D-time. Bendy, your rubber hose era couture had us going toot. Spider-Punk, you proved that the revolution will be televised. Asta, congratulations. You are the winner of the first ever season challenge.
Woohoo, I managed a top placement in the first week. Thank you so much.
Thank you, judges. Perhaps I could even pull a Cynthia and place at the top every episode. Well, let's not jinx it. Hobie, Joe, don't tell. Besides, I don't believe in placements.
Was it ever in doubt? Thank you, Mr. Kirkland, for having taste.
That means Wheatley, Roll Cake Cookie, and Sir Hat. I'm sorry, my dears, but you are the bottoms of the week.
What?
Oh, blimey, it looks like I'll be dancing for my ticket to stay.
This is humiliating for a veteran like me, but I'll tough it out. I'll lip-sync these children on the beaches, the landing grounds, and the untucked lounge. If I have to.
Roll Cake, you are safe. Remember to trim down the frosting before you hit that stage next time.
Oh, thank you, Kagemine Len. I'll have to step my game up from here. Or did he want me to step it down? Nah, I don't do that.
Which means Wheatley and Sir Hat. I'm sorry, my dears, but you are up for elimination. The time has come for you to lip-sync for your life. Prior to tonight, you were asked to prepare a lip-sync performance to the song Good For You by Olivia Rodrigo. Good luck and don't fuck it up.
Well, it looks like I'll have to show my moves this early in the competition. And against my dearest Mr. Hat, too. Such a shame.
Wheatley has been the kindest soul to me in this competition, and it will hurt to send him packing. I'm not ready to go belly up just yet. No, sir.
Both Wheatley and Sir Hat had a bad lip sync. Ladies, I've made my decision. Wheatley, Shantae, you stay. Sir Topham Hatt, your ride in the competition may be cut short, but keep chugging and tugging to the top, I say. Now, sashay away.
Thank you so much for making me part of this most momentous production.
This is Untucked. The Queens congratulate Asta for winning the challenge and Wheatley for surviving the lip sync. They feel honoured and thank them. The Queens realise that this will be a quick season, as there are now already just 11 of them left. Phoenix said it's for the best and it's time to cut the daft drag as soon as possible. Bendy chuckles and reminds him that critique-wise, Phoenix is part of the daft drag. Phoenix scoffs and says the judges were just sick and tasteless this week, but that his runways next time will be sure to leave them gagging for more. Bendy rolls his eyes and they separate into their groups.
Who does this flop clown think he's coming for? All these whelps, and he decided to come for the bulldog. No mama.
Phoenix, Asta and Heathcliff are in one group. Phoenix tells them that he can see the top 3 in their circle, as they all share edgy yet polished drag. Asta agrees, but tells Phoenix that his drag can be far better than it is this week. Phoenix reluctantly agrees and says he's ready for the next runway. Mr. Bean, Bendy and Megamind are in the second group. Mr. Bean says that he can see the potential top 3 in their group, with his polished veterancy, Bendy's retro couture, and Megamind's quirky and cutting-edge drag. They thank him for his thoughts and sip their drinks. Milo chats with Wheatley, who is excited to continue his high streak and says he felt underestimated this week. Milo pats him and says he's doing great and just needs to continue doing what he's doing now.